Uh, Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my friends. Thank you so much for joining in. And today we are again present with yet another webinar and a very special topic, very close to my heart, and which is how to turn your job listings, not your job listing, any job listing, into B2B leads using job intent signals. Now, this webinar live stream is particularly created for B2B companies. Okay, and why we create this webinar is that we always want to talk about all the new technology and the strategy that you can use for B2B growth, right? And now we are living in an age of AI and automation. So whatever which was not possible 10 years back is suddenly, has become possible. And today this subject is very special, something that we have been working for a very long time. And we have been helping our clients with this exact strategy, right? So, job listing to B2B leads. I mean, this is two different topic altogether, right? I mean, some of you must be wondering what has job listing to do with B2B leads? And there is a connection, there is a relation, and we are going to go deep dive into it. And this is where we are going to explore how you can use this very important signal in the market and then create a lead pipeline for your B2B business, right? Okay, so let's get started. I'm very excited. And this is a few things before we begin. Please close your distraction, stay until the webinar, and we may have a Q&A session as well, right? Okay, so this is the big promise. By the end of the webinar, you'll know exactly how to generate high quality job leads effortlessly without wasting a lot of energy into other channels. Okay, we're not going to talk about how to generate leads. It's about how you can channel the job posting of other companies to create a strategy to develop a sales pipeline for your business. Okay, so before I go into the details, I want to talk a little bit of background, as to why we are talking about this. Okay, why we are talking about this new way of generating leads for B2B. Okay, now in order to explain that, I'll take a step back and I'm going to talk about what we call as a dark funnel. Okay, so you might be already using all these strategies, for example, paid ads and cold leads and inbound leads and partnerships and trade shows and outbound leads like email outreach, LinkedIn outreach, cold calling, all of that. You might be already doing some of them or all of them for your business, and this is traditional lead generation, and which is good. Okay, but now with AI and automation, there are new possibilities that has opened up. The possibilities for us to now look into what we call as a dark funnel, right? That means all this mechanism only target certain chunk of customers who are actively buying or who are actively looking to buy. That is what this is all about. If you're running an ad, then most likely the people who are going to respond to you are going to be somebody who is actively looking for, buying the services and the product that you might be selling. So, but those people are very far and few. I mean, there are less than 2% people out there in the market who are actually actively looking to buy something. But there's a huge bunch of audience who are there who may not be actively looking to buy something, but they will become your buyer and they will be looking to buy something in future. Or maybe they are, they need that, but they are just not looking to buy something, but they have a need, right? And they send all kind of signals out there, right? Okay. So this webinar is all about understanding one of those signals. All right. There are many signals in the marketplace. For example, if there are 100 accounts, 100 clients which are there, maybe one or two of them will be actively looking to buy something. And if you're going to run ads or if you're going to do outreach, and if you reach out to them at that instant, then possibly you may close a deal. Absolutely, and that's perfectly fine. You should continue doing that. But there is this 98% of the prospect who may need your service, who who may need your service in future, but they're not actively looking for something, and they are in dark about you and you are in dark about them. Okay. So that is why it's called as the dark funnel. So within the funnel, there is a lot of dark spaces, which is not visible to you or to the prospect. And the idea in terms of B2B growth is to find the intent and the signals within the dark funnel to see who needs what. One of the very important signal is job posting. Okay. And that is what we're going to talk about today. Job post is a very common phenomenon. Most of the companies, they always look for people, right? And when they look for people, they post a job, and they post a job in different places like LinkedIn, Indeed, social media, job portal sites, their own career pages. There are multiple ways by which a company will post a job. Okay. And if they are posting a job, they're looking for people. But you might, ask me, hey, what has this to do with what we're talking about, which is B2B? It has certainly, implications. I'll give you an example. If a company is posting a job that they need a network engineer, it means that they are looking for a network engineer. And also it means they may, either supporting or having an in-house data center or, managed service within the IT space that within their company. So that's a signal, right? When somebody is posting a job for, say, a warehouse manager, that means they're looking for a warehouse manager. At the same time, it also is a signal that it's a warehousing company, right? They themselves are a warehousing company, or they are a third-party recruitment agency who is providing for a warehousing company, right? That's the only two scenario I can think of if somebody is posting a job for warehouse company. So if there are 100 warehouse managers jobs out there, then possibly 50 of them are coming from companies who are posting a job. Okay. And just by looking at the signal, you'll be able to identify that these companies are basically warehouse companies, right? Only then they will be looking for warehouse manager. But there is a hidden intent out there. If somebody is looking for a warehouse manager, then why are they looking for a warehouse manager? That's the follow-up question that needs to be asked. There can be two reasons. One is their existing warehouse manager has gone or has been fired or has left, and they are looking for a replacement. That's scenario number one. Scenario number two is possibly they are expanding the warehouse. They are looking for new warehouse, right? And for that, they are looking for a new manager. In any case, that also is a very important signal. For example, if we can, find out all the companies who are posting jobs for warehouse manager, say 100 companies have posted a job across United States, then 50 of them, maybe large companies saying more than $10 million in revenue. And out of 50 of them, maybe 20 of them, they are looking for warehouse manager because they want to expand their warehouse services, or they want to, buy a new warehouse or whatever, or rent out or lease out a new warehouse. Okay. Now, if you are a warehouse supplier or you provide product and services for warehouse, then that can be a signal to you to reach out to this company saying that, hey, you know what, possibly you're looking for a new warehouse, or you're expanding your warehouse services. These are the product and services we provide, which will help you, with your endeavors, right? Okay, for example, you are providing a warehouse equipment, right? Or robotics or mechanics, all these things, pallet lifters and all of that. So you can reach out to saying that, hey, if you are looking to expand your warehouse or looking to lease out new warehouses, then we have these special robotic machines which can do pallet lifting and other stuff, right? I mean, it's a long shot, but trust me, these are real. All the examples that I'm giving are the real examples with the real customers that we have worked in the past. And these are real use cases. This is not something that I just made up right now, And there are so many other signals, but we are going to particularly focus on job posting and hiring signals, right? Okay. So I'll go back to my presentation. So if you're doing all of this, then you know that all these things will only try to capture people who are looking to buy right now. And in order to capture those customers, you have to pay money to these third party platforms. For example, if you're running Google ads, obviously you have to pay money to Google ads, Meta ads, LinkedIn ads. So you have to, continuously pay this gigantic amount of this huge amount of money to these gigantic companies for them to provide you leads, right? It's important. If you're doing it, please keep doing it. I'm not asking you to stop any of it. But no matter what you do, you've got to pay money in order to get the leads. And that's the hard reality, right? Of B2B. Even if you go to trade shows and other places, it's an expensive affair. And you know that very well. I have worked with a lot of B2B companies. So no matter what strategy you choose in terms of inbound, you are bound to pay money, right? Please do that. I'm not asking you to stop any of it. At the same time, what we are going to talk about is more like a B2B growth hacking, right? Okay. So for example, if you are a IT service management company or an IT recruitment company, and you are providing data scientists or a network engineers or a IT service engineers, you're providing that, then job posting is a very important signal. Okay. So if some company, if you're providing, say, data scientists or data engineers and network engineers to companies in Germany or Netherlands, right? And you're a local service provider, you are a managed service provider, and you're looking for local customers, then you can find all these companies who are posting job at the right time. And if you can capture all that signal, and if you can process the data, and if you can drill down the companies, and if you can make a pipeline out of those companies, and then do account-based marketing, that means you take up your phone and you start calling those companies, or you start sending them emails and like so on, then you can build a pipeline, right? And this is not just a cold outreach, right? It's not like that you go to Apollo and make a list of all the companies in Netherlands and then just blatantly send them an email, right? I'm not talking about this cold outreach in a traditional manner. This cold outreach that we are going to do will be cold outreach with an intent, with a purpose, and with a time. You are reaching out to the customer who is A qualified, B, who has an intent, C, who is looking for something right now. So there is a timing also. Now that cold outreach is much more powerful than just building a list out of Zoom info and then just sending a blast email, right? Without knowing whether they have the intent, whether they have the need, whether the timing is right. None of that is considered, when you do a pure cold outreach. In this case, and this is again a very real scenario that I've already worked with, where we have helped companies, managed service provider, IT service companies, build a pipeline, build a list of companies who are posting certain type of jobs, and then they create an account-based marketing around that, right? And when I say account-based marketing, that means you list down the accounts, you qualify those accounts, and then you try to reach out to them saying that, hey, you know what? You're posting this kind of jobs. We provide this service. We can even provide you manpower. We can send people. We can hire on behalf of you, and like so on. And they'll be like, okay, fine. You just send the people. We'll take the interview. If we like them, then we'll hire from you, and they'll be happily giving you the service fees that you have. Correct? Hiring is a difficult affair, and I have been into hiring for more than 18 years now. And I know how difficult it is, no matter how big or small the company you are. If somebody helps you with hiring, it's a huge help. And hiring is just one segment, okay? I mean, one use case here. It's a very important use case. It can be training also. I'll give you another use case with respect to training, which I'm going to talk a little bit later. Okay, so we talk about new way of generating leads. And how it's going to work out, I'm going to keep this very short and to the point, okay? And I'm going to exactly step by step tell you how you can do that and achieve it, right? Okay. So here's the question. What if you can find companies posting jobs in real time? That means if somebody posts a job, you know it immediately. Okay, one way of doing that is, you go to all the job portals, and there are many, trust me, and then all the career pages and all the social media, and then maybe you put up a bunch of virtual assistant, maybe 10 of them, and they continuously every day they look for these jobs, being posted in different channels, and then they make a list, they put them into Excel sheet, they qualify, then they find the decision maker in the company, then they send it to you, and then you take the next step, you start calling them, sending them email. The reason why I'm telling you this is because I've already done that. I've done that around 7 years back. This is exactly what we used to do. We used to have a large virtual assistant team, which used to exactly do this thing. The beauty of 2025 is that you don't have to have a large virtual team. Now you can have a virtual agents who can do the job for you in real time in a blink of an eye. Okay, and I'm going to show you exactly how that's going to work out. All right. So the question is, what if you can find companies posting job in real time? Is that an important signal for you? If you're an IT service company, if you're a IT staffing or a manpower provider, if you're a training company, this is no brainer, right? This is a very important signal for you. Makes sense? But even if you do not belong to one of these categories, it still may be relevant. I gave you an example of a warehouse, company posting job for warehouse manager or logistic manager or other kind of warehouse jobs. In this case also, even if suppose you are into warehouse industry, that's an important signal. And if you are providing certain product or services that can be sold at that point of time, it's an important signal, right? I'll give you another example. If a company is looking for a CIO, right? That means maybe they have acquired a new company, or maybe they want to bring everything in house, right? Maybe they are expanding. There is a merger and acquisition happening. So there can be multiple reasons of a company hiring a CIO. But once they hire a CIO, one thing is for sure, that the CIO will come and he will start looking for more services, more vendors. He will ask, the moment that the top leader comes in, the chief information officer, there is a good chance that that person will come in and take a big call for the company, take huge decisions for the company. And if you are a managed service provider, maybe you want to be in front of that company, right? Okay, so if you know that a company is looking for a CIO, then you start advertising your services to that particular company. You start to build relationship with that particular company, people working in that company, so that when the time is right, you are right in front of them, right? So I mean, the examples are many. We have been working on different scenarios. I'll keep talking about it. But here's the question that you should ask yourself. If you are into B2B marketing, what impact it can create when you are able to find out companies posting the jobs in real time? That's the question that needs to be asked, right? Now, here's the thing. What if I can tell you that you can access all the job posted online from job boards, company career pages, LinkedIn, all of that in just 3 clicks using agentic solutions, using agentic automations. It is now possible. And I'm going to show you an example as well. And you can also completely build a job lead pipeline, including company, job poster details, all of that, and also what the job is all about, from which source the job is coming up, all of that under 3 minutes daily. You can build an entire pipeline. Okay, and you can achieve a fraction of it as compared to the cost that you're using in other channels. Now, as I said, you don't have to stop the other channel. This is something that, and it can act like an added channel. So if you're running Google ads, keep running it. If you're running LinkedIn ads, keep running it. If you're doing, trade shows and all of that, keep doing it. This is like another channel that you can add, which will bring more prospects, right? It can help you build new relationships with future prospects. So think of it as an added channel, and which is not that expensive also. You don't have to pay every single time huge amount of money to platforms like Google, Meta, or LinkedIn to acquire these leads, right? Okay. So this is what I'm talking about. Suppose you are able to get all the information from all these different sites, job posting sites, freelancing sites, and even the company career pages. So, there are some places that are truly hidden, that are truly dark, which is companies' career pages. If a company is posting a job in Indeed or LinkedIn, you can put somebody sit there and look for LinkedIn, right? You can search in LinkedIn and you can find those companies. And you can, manually put that into Excel sheet and you can do a few things around that. But if somebody is just posting a job in their company career pages, I mean, how will you know? You cannot scan, you cannot put somebody to scan all the company career pages of all the companies. It's physically, I mean, it is practically not possible. But now with agentic solutions, it is possible. Okay, so that the point I'm trying to make is now you can go through all this information and you can just process that information in real time. I'm talking about seconds and minutes, not hours and days, right? Okay, so here's the future. The future is automation and AI agents. Okay, and we have built one. I'm going to show you that as well. All right. So let me quickly introduce you to our product, the AI agentic product, the AI agent called Job Reader. Okay, it's a very simple product. We build it for our customers, many customers, and eventually we productized it. That means we have launched as a separate product altogether. You will be able to find this in our website as well. It's a pretty simple agent. It does two important things. First is it will look for job in a particular location, get all the information, put it in, process that information, and then give that information to you, which is usable. If you try to do it manually using human beings, it's very cumbersome. It takes a very long time, and you need a very large team to do that. The beauty of AI agents is, AI agents can replicate itself infinitely to get job done in a fraction of time, in seconds and in minutes. So it's very simple. You just put the job title that you want or the keyword. You don't even have to put the entire title. You don't have to put logistics solution manager, no, just a keyword like warehouse manager, or even that is fine. So it is not really a job title. Even a keyword will work. Just put the location. Preferably, we always tell our customer to put cities, but if you want to put countries, you can do that as well. And then, job posted date for last 3 days, last 7 days, last 30 days, whatever you want, just choose. And then you can choose whether it is full-time, part-time, intern, contractor, freelancer. You can just choose that option, whether it is remote only or not remote, and then just find the job. It's pretty simple. Okay. But the magic happens after that. And I'm going to run that use case right now. I've already signed up into this uh, agent. And I'm going to use the same example of warehouse manager, right? Warehouse. So I am not even putting the entire job title. I'm just putting a keyword, warehouse manager. I'm keeping the location as United States. I'm hoping that there will be some job posting around this job title in last 3 days. And I'm going to run it right now, right? So once I run it, if I connect it to Slack, it will send the data to my Slack channel in form of a CSV, where you can just, you can even schedule it. I want to not talk about those things, but the idea is that you can just send it to Slack, and if there is your sales team sitting on the Slack, they will just receive this notification and they can process that information. But nonetheless, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to just run this. As you can see, it is going through all this information all across internet in the matter of seconds. I said 3 minutes, but 3 minutes is the max that this tool has ever taken. Typically, it takes less than 30 seconds, to process this information. That's it. So it is processing and the information is right there. Okay. So here's the beauty of this tool. Okay. It gets the data then it processes the data, and then it puts the data in a usable manner, and then it gives the data to you. That means you can actually go ahead and send it to Slack or download it, right? Download as a CSV. And you can also enrich it. I'm not going to talk about enrichment in today's call, but I'm just going to show you the way things are. Okay. Now look at the data. It has found all the jobs related to warehouse manager and also jobs which are closely related to it, right? For example, outbound warehouse manager, so these are all warehouse manager. I can keep going on. Okay, warehouse operations supervisor. Now this does not have the keyword warehouse manager, but the AI agent has understood that this is the same thing. Warehouse operations supervisor is warehouse manager. Now, how is this different than a search that you do in LinkedIn? Okay, first and foremost, LinkedIn search will only work with LinkedIn and nothing else. This will get the data from all different sources, including the career pages, which is absolutely hidden. Second point is LinkedIn will do what we call as the exact match and the broad match. So initially it will start showing you exact match, warehouse manager, husband, and then it will do a broad match. Anything which is even closely resembling, it will start showing. Eventually you'll get like 50,000 jobs. Okay, so you don't know where to stop. Okay, and it's like finding a needle in the haystack. And I'm just talking about LinkedIn. I mean, if you put 5 different job portals and career pages and all that, just becomes a gigantic amount of data, which is humanly not possible for you to process. Okay, unless you put up a data scientist and all. And even if you do all of that, the whole point of this kind of data is that it is only going to be relevant if it's real time. If somebody has posted a job 6 months back, that opportunity is gone, right? So it only is effective if it is real time. Something that happened today or yesterday or last week, it is effective. Other than that, this data itself will go stale, right? Let me go through some other stuff. Okay, so for example, it finds the data and it also finds the company's URL, exact URL. Okay, something that the job portals will never give. Job portals will hide the company URL and all, and then you have to copy paste the company name, go to Google, search for it. You've got to do all kind of fancy stuff, to get the URL. But the agent will find it for you. It also finds the description, exact description. You can just go through the description. Okay. It also, I can enrich this data. For example, if I want to enrich who posted this job, I can do that enrichment. I have to run another enrichment here, which I'm not going to do right now. But it can find, and around 50% of the time, it will be able to find the contact information of the job poster if everything goes well. It finds the location, exactly where the company is, and also the employment type. It gives all the relevant data, correct? When the job was posted, this was posted 3 days back. Okay. And who is the job provider, right? So as you can see, this is the company career page. This has the, and this one is the job post portal. ZipRecruiter is like Indeed, right? Job portal. But Compass Group job has come directly from the company career page. This one has come from LinkedIn. So I can just click here and I can go and, find the job which has been posted, right? Okay, it's pretty simple, right? And I can also go ahead and download this as a CSV, right? So I can just go ahead and, for example, I want to look for LinkedIn job post or ZipRecruiter. Let me just see. So this is coming from job poster, right? As you can see, there is no Walmart direct domain, and this one is directly coming from the career pages. Okay. And then you can just go ahead and download the CSV and start working with the CSV. You can even upload the CSV directly into, Zoom Info or Apollo and find the decision makers, and you can do an outreach. We are also adding more features in this where you can enrich the decision maker data directly here in this particular tool. And you can just download the decision makers and reach out to them. Okay, it's pretty simple. All right. If you're interested in this tool, just go to our website or reach out to us. We'll be happy to show you more and give a full demo as well. All right. So that's it. That's the whole point. If you can figure out all the companies who are posting a job, and if you can make a list of those companies, find all the information about those companies, enrich the data, and find the decision makers in real time, then you can run outbound campaign, you can run LinkedIn campaign, you can even do cold calling. We have one customer who are doing cold calling and they are getting very good results out, right? We have other customers who are doing outbound email and LinkedIn. So it depends on your industry and depends on your business. You can do all of it. We are also expert in building AI voice agents and cold calling agents, but that's not the topic of the day. The topic of the day is how to find another way of generating B2B leads for your company, which is smart, right? It's more like a growth hack. Okay. So this is what Job Feeder is. I've already explained you. It's powered by AI agents and automation engine. It's very powerful. Okay, and it gives you the leads in real time. This is how it works. It finds job posting, get actionable insights, get instant leads, give it to you in Slack, email, or you can download it directly, right? It's pretty cool. Okay, and it is already helping a bunch of our customer. If you feel that this can be helpful to you, please reach out to us and we'll be happy to help you and assist you on this as well. Okay. How to get started? It's pretty simple. You have to just do a simple sign up. It's like a SaaS tool. Just sign up, create an account, set the filter, and start getting the leads. It's everything can be done within 5 minutes, right? Okay, I can keep on talking about it, but the idea is once you get the data, what you do with the data is more important. This is a step number one, and then there is a step number two, which is targeted outreach and APM. Right? So once you get this data, you need to have a process in place by which you can reach out to these companies and decision makers, right? Okay. And that is also somewhere that we help. We help customers with cold outreach, email outreach, GTM automation, and other stuff. All right, I think that's pretty much it with when it comes to job intent signals. There are signals out there in the market. This is one of the very crucial and important signals that we talked about. And we have so many other signals. In the coming days, we're going to talk about the other signals as well. But if this has helped you, please go ahead and use it. Please reach out to us if you have any questions, and we'll be very happy to answer those.